Well, hello there. My name is Lucia Ferrara, and I'm Hospitality Director here at the Precious Blood Renewal Center in Liberty, Missouri. And today we are here on a beautiful sunny day, and after a night of rain here, and I went out and picked some beautiful yellow daffodils from our flower garden here on our campus. And I can't help but think about springtime, and I hear the birds chirping, and just all the fresh, springtime air and the food that we're going to enjoy with family and friends. So today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite, I guess we can call it a casserole. It's really, I think of it as a light spring type casserole. You may even dare say it's kind of like a bread pudding, because we use a day old cubed crustless bread that's used in bread pudding. And we use half and half and things like that. So, yes, so I call this my spinach Fontina cheese casserole. So let's start. Let me tell you what I've got as far as ingredients. Now, I do want to mention that I went ahead and preheated my oven at 350, okay? So we're going to use 8 eggs in this recipe. You're going to use about 6 cups of cubed day-old bread in crustless. I used a loaf of Italian bread, but if you don't have that, you can use any type of bread that you like or prefer. I've got 2 cups of half and half, okay? Then I've got 1 pound of frozen spinach, okay? Now, I have it thawed out. Now, the thing with the spinach, I don't mind the frozen spinach. You can go ahead and chop up fresh spinach if you have it, and that's okay. I just used frozen today. Then we're going to have about a cup of your favorite grated cheese. Some people use grana, some people use parmesan, asiago, whatever you want to use is good. I had parmesan in the refrigerator, so that's what I'm using today. Then we have a cup of frozen thawed peas that I have here. Then I got some scallions, aka green onions. I chopped them up, and I also chopped up the green leafy part, so that's good as well. And then I have some salt and pepper. And then I've got about a cup or so of Fontina cheese, freshly grated. Now, usually you don't find it all the way grated. So it usually comes in a block of cheese. And so, and it's usually in the specialty cheese department there. And then I've got some melted butter here. And I've just got, I don't know, maybe a cup of panko crumbs that we're going to put in our baking dish, which I'm going to do that right now since my butter is still melted. And the butter, I would say it's a couple tablespoons, okay? And what we're going to do with the butter is we're going to put it in our baking dish, and this is going to help get the bottom of our dish kind of crusty with the panko crumbs. Okay, so we're just going to kind of pour this in. Alright, just a couple of tablespoons. We're going to make sure it kind of covers everything here. Rub the sides with some butter so it doesn't really stick. Okay. Alright, then I'm going to put my panko crumbs, and I don't know about you guys, but I love the crunchiness of this dish. So I'm gonna load up on the panko crumbs. Okay. So let me do this. Okay. All right. And then we'll use some more panko to put them on top. Okay. So we're going to set this aside for now. We're going to go back to our eggs. We're going to add a little salt and pepper to our mix here. And if you don't want to use extra salt, you know, you got salted butter and you don't want to use, extra salt, that's fine too. Okay? So I'm going to beat these eggs. All right. With the salt and pepper, I'm going to pour my 2 cups of half and half in here. Okay. I'm going to blend that together here with my 8 eggs. Okay. All right. Now. What we're going to do is we're going to throw in our peas. We're going to throw in our spinach. All right. There's our spinach. And then we're going to put in our scallions. I think the scallions really give it a great smell to the dish, and I just love it. It reminds me of spring. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of mix all these ingredients together so they can get in there and get to know each other a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to stick just a little handful of the parmesan or whatever favorite grated cheese that you like in there. And I'm going to mix this together real quick. Now, what I'm going to do, I've got my 6 cups of day-old bread here, all right? And I'm going to put that in there. We're going to let this bread soak up the mixture, okay? We're going to let it soak up. We're not going to waste any crumb. Super simple. This is a great dish for a brunch. If you're having some friends over, if you're doing a women's Bible, night, a get together. I've made this for Easter morning, Easter brunch, even a side dish can be served, for lunch with a wonderful salad. Okay, so guys, we're going to let this bread, you could tell it's already soaking up really, really good. Okay, all right. We're going to let this soak for about 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so our mixture has been soaking up that wonderful liquid. Now I am going to put this into our casserole dish here. All right, on top of our panko and butter. Okay. It smells good, by the way, even though it's not baked yet, but it smells very good. Okay, the scallions is what does it for me because it smells so springy and fresh. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of even all that out, and then we're going to put the goodness right on top. So And remember I told you about your Fontina cheese. It usually comes in a wedge or a block. And when you shred it, it's usually about an 8-ounce wedge or block. And so it comes out to be a little more than just a cup shredded. And kind of depends on the size and how much you really like. But I love cheese, so hey, why not? So I went ahead and shredded the whole thing. So now I'm going to put some Parmesan on top here. I'm going to put my Fontina on top. I'm going to put all of it. Okay. All right. You cannot go wrong with cheese. Okay. Fontina cheese is a very soft cheese. It's got some flavor to it, but it's very soft and yeah, and it really melts very well. Okay, so then I'm just going to add a little more cheese on top. All right, and then some of the panko, just for a little bit of crust there. All right, now we're going to put this in the oven, in your preheated oven, like I said, for about 30 to 40 minutes. And we'll know that it's ready when you see the cheese starting to get brown and bubbly on the edges here. So here we go. We're going to put it in the oven. All right, so I just took this out of the oven, and here we are. It smells wonderful. It's super hot. So as you can see, the brown kind of got a little crusty and bubbly in there with the cheese. I'm going to let this sit a minute, and before I cut it up and share it with my friends, I want to, I've been, at the beginning of this, I talked a little bit about spring and how I've just noticed things starting to get green, and the birds are chirping and flowers are kind of budding, like the daffodils and the Bradford pear trees. You see them all flowering out there. And so I just can't help but look at one of my books here. And it's an earth prayer, and I wanted to share this with you because it was so appropriate for this time of year. And I'll go ahead and begin with it. It says, "Everywhere is the green of new growth, the amazing sight of the renewal of the earth. We watch the grass once again emerging from the ground, and we notice the bright green atop the dark green on the pine, the fir, the hemlock, the spur, and the cedar. The alder is already in leaf. The old plum trees still blossom, leaf, and give forth fruit. The locust is late, as always. Everywhere and always the song of birds, bees raiding the orchid, raccoon prowling at the nightfall, and earthworm tunneling the garden, chickens and rabbits pecking and nibbling, and goats tugging to reach new delights, are all the ambiguous energies of life. O Lord, may we today be touched by grace, fascinated and moved by this, your creation, energized by the power of new growth at work in your world. May we move beyond viewing this life only through a frame, but touch it and be touched by it, know it and be known by it, love it and be loved by it. May our bodies, our minds, our spirits learn a new rhythm paced by the rhythmic pulse of the whole created order. May spring come to us, be in us, and recreate life in us. May we forge a new friendship with the natural world and discover a new affinity with beauty, with life, in the cosmic Christ, in whom all things were created in heaven and earth. visible or invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or authorities, for all things were created through him and for him. In his name, amen. So I just love that prayer. It's an earth prayer that honors the earth, and I thought that was very appropriate for today. So this is a great lunch or even breakfast, or maybe you want a light dinner one night. And, you know, I always like to serve a little wine, you know, at my lunches or my dinner. So I've got I think it's a Chardonnay I poured here, and I am going to go ahead and cut in, slice this up. Okay. Alright. Make sure you invite your friends, your family. Look at that. Alright. So, there we go. With the nice, wonderful salad on the side. Maybe a bowl of soup too. If it's a cold winter day, you may want soup with it. But today, it's springy outside, so we're just going to have this. We're going to enjoy it. I'm going to take a bite of this. Everyone come to the table and enjoy. Remember, it's like a bread pudding almost, so it's going to be crusty on the outside and nice and soft and good on the inside. So here we go. Delicious. You just can't take one bite. You gotta kind of finish it all. No, it's really good, guys. With a little bit of wine. That's perfect. You know what else you can use with this? You can make some bellinis with some Prosecco and some fruit juice like peach or apricot, even orange. Delicious. So go grab your friend, bring them to the table, and enjoy. Until next time.